Hello again. All right, welcome to the week of the 10th of July through to the 16th of July, 2023. All right, so I'll share my screen so I can start into it with you. Okay, now to this week, we've got some major changes. We've got Mars moving into Virgo, all right? So this is going to be at 9:40 p.m. tonight, and then tomorrow we have Mercury moving into Leo. So this morning, or today, Monday, is going to be the finishing off vibes, all right? So Mars is at 29 degrees Leo right now, and he has his chest puffed out and he's all full of confidence, and there's so much ego involved right now. And Mercury shortly will be coming up to that same 29 degree where all of the things that he's been dealing with during his time of Mercury in Cancer, where he's been thinking about the home and the family and our past history, and being very vulnerable and very emotional. So we those two things together finishing at the same time, we've got this down regulation of energy, although Mercury is going to become more confident when he moves into Leo. He'll be way more sure of his words, and Mars will be very specific about the details that he is working on during his time. But let's get back to Monday. All right, so Monday, it looks like there could be some conversations around hurt feelings. All right, so just be aware that you know dealing with things straight away when they're said. All right, nobody ever wants to get into confrontation, or sometimes it's really hard to, if we have been holding back on things for a long time, to actually address issues with the truth. Like we just have to. All right, we've just got to build the bridge and get over it, rather than burn that bridge down and not ever being able to go back where you've come from, unless that's exactly what you need to do. If you need to build a bridge, burn a bridge, then go for it. But there's going to be hurt feelings in the air, so you might as well talk about them and try and sort them out, rather than let them drag on like you may have previously always done. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, Mars is moving into Virgo. This day, and the conversations that we have, and the events that occur today are changing your direction. So you might as well resolve a situation so that you can move forward with less baggage. Just deal with things in the moment, unless, of course, it's just not conducive to that. But one of those days, just do what you can. All right, let's move forward to Tuesday. All right, because Tuesday we're actually going to be dealing with the fallout from Monday. All right, so this is what I'm saying. You might as well actually deal with it as best you can on the Monday, rather than being in a position where Mars now in Virgo. Virgo is solely concerned with the details, well-being, how people are both serving you and you are serving others. There's going to be a little bit more vigor in the, in the way that you approach things. It's going to be much more direct and I could say harsh. Like if somebody's not living up to an expectation that you have, then while Mercury is in Cancer, you could be putting people down in a past tense way, like you've always done that. Whereas when Mercury moves into Leo, it's more about I am disappointed in you, rather than you've always done that. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, the whole vibe moving just shifts things considerably. So just expect that Monday we're going to have the finalizing of a whole lot of stuff. Monday night, Tuesday, we're going to move into a new phase where, hopefully, with Mercury moving into into Leo, you can articulate what you want with more confidence. All right, so now Mercury moves into Leo at 2:10 p.m. on Tuesday. So again, from then on, hopefully the words that you say will be expressed in a much more optimal manner rather than dwelling in the past. You're like, okay, I've sorted all this stuff out. I'm going to move forward now with confidence. Okay. Now, let's go just forward to Wednesday, and I'm already here. Okay, so now Wednesday in the Venus, what's Venus doing this week? I spoke about, when the moon moves into Taurus, it's being ruled by Venus, and Venus is in that position where she is contemplating all the things in her life. Is it working for me? Am I just prolonging the inevitable? Do I have my illusionary glasses on? Am I just solely not satisfied and I've just been dealing with it for the longest time? So, let's find the balance between I was also talking about the spiritual connection that you can have with someone, and then if there is an area of your life where you are dissatisfied, but you can see how that person just has a different life a life learnings to you. All right, so we're going also back to that early childhood conditioning. If people have just been brought up a different way, there's just sometimes where you've just got to understand and go with somebody's different. You can still be in love and have that spiritual connection, but then find some points where they're not working. Is this one of those points where you are, just not accepting the best because of an ideal? Or are you going to accept that ideal and just make adjustments in this other area? So, there's an uncomfortable adjustment to be made, and it comes with, some reality checks needed. All right. So when the moon moves into Taurus, we're doing that. It comes up to Jupiter. So the previous day, like I was saying, 9:56 on Tuesday, the moon moves in. So just after this. But anyway, it goes to the North Node first. We are seeing the path ahead of us. Gets to Jupiter, and we're starting to understand the things that have been put in our path in a much more philosophical way. This whole thing, so much of it is playing out in your understanding, your subconscious, all of the things that have led you to be the person you are now. There's a whole lot of, oh my God, I totally understand. Like I was saying, in the words I wrote, Wednesday, something may have sunk in or the penny has dropped and you get it now. All right. So it's definitely a time for reassessing your values and making new plans and directions based on these new understandings or aha moments that you've been having. Now, Thursday morning, we have the moon coming up to conjunct Uranus. That's earlier on in the day, but this is also just an excitement at the new plans that could be getting made, or the realization that you can see what the things are that need changing. Okay, so you're like, again, realization, change. You're like, oh my God, okay, all right, let's try this now. And it doesn't have to be a concrete, this is what we're going to do from now on. It's let's try this possibility instead. There's a whole new realm of possibilities out there. It just takes you being open to both seeing where you should be going. The universe should be giving you plenty of messages right now. And, have you got your eyes open? Are you willing to allow those suggestions into your life? The universe is not like, you have to do this. It's like, look at all of these options that you have. Are you willing to change your life and adjust your belief system so that, you can get further down the path that you are choosing? All right. So now that was Thursday morning. All right. Now, when the moon goes into Gemini this evening, all right, at 9 p.m. on Thursday, we're going to have to watch for angry words because Mercury in Leo with the moon moving into Gemini, Mars in Virgo, being ruled by that Mercury. There's just a lot of communication, details, forceful energy. If that dissatisfaction is still unaddressed, then this is what's going to build resentment. All right. So Thursday evening, Thursday evening, okay, if you start doing things with your best interests at heart, like in leading the way, then it's going to be a much easier ride for you than if you are dragged kicking and screaming down the street while all of these transits are just happening around you. So, that's the thing with the transit. You don't have to listen, but, if you're being given suggestions and you take them, then it's going to be a much smoother road to travel. Okay. All right. So we are now going to Friday. I know I'm just flicking through. This was more of a guide, Okay. So Friday. Now, we've still got that curiosity in the air. So, maybe you are ready to explore new possibilities. So again, I kept going on about intuition this week, and we're making subconscious adjustments. We're seeing ourselves in the strongest light we can. Venus is all but stationary. I mean, she's moving so slowly right now. She's really taking the time to have a look around her, right? To see what's actually going on. Right, because when she goes retrograde, she's gonna address these things again. So now, we've got this curious mindset, and I know it might not be comfortable. Venus in Virgo there's a lot of scrutiny. Mercury in Leo, we're just like thinking, how can I be up there on stage? How can I be seen in the best light? What are the things that I need to do to make myself satisfied? There's like, write the words, explore the possibilities. Venus is still in a fire sign and Mars is in a earth sign. Mercury is in an air sign. Like the sun's still in a water sign. There is, all of the energies are in play. So there's a lot of conflicting energies. There's a lot of helpful energies. So just make sure that if you feel that anxiety rising and it gets to anger, we're trying to ground and just breathe and come back to yourself. All right, don't let yourself run away with yourself. Okay, now let us move on to Saturday. Okay, so Saturday, we've still got that moon in Gemini, and we're following a beautiful trine to Hygeia there. So again, with the curiosity, what is it that I need? What are the things that are making me feel stifled? I don't feel like I'm sharing my worth. Just be open and curious and allow yourself to see what comes. Okay. In the words I wrote, think of what will get you further down the path that you want to head. Conversation styles have changed, all right? So if there was conflict, say, last week, then it's a whole different kettle of fish this week. So even though we've had that Sun Chiron, the hurts are in the air. We've also got the Sun coming up to oppose Pluto within the next week. So, there could be some old traumas, there could just be transformation, but there are structural changes coming, and you really want to nurture yourself, Sun in Cancer, so that these changes can take place and you can be your best and everybody can be heard and valued. So, it's all about your part in your world. All right. Okay. So, the details matter. So speak your truth and see where it takes you. Okay. Now, Sunday is going to be an interesting day. Sunday is going to be a great day to have important conversations with people in your life. All right. So we've got the moon moving into Cancer. So, I just spoke about last week and any issues that may have came up. This Sunday might be a good day to, maybe revisit some of those things that were spoken about. It doesn't have to be the gigantic things, but it can just be breaking the ice in some sort of way. Okay. And remember that if you would like to have respect given to you, then you must also speak with respect as well. Okay. So now on Monday the 17th, we have the new moon in Cancer. So this is a time where we can plant new seeds of intention, especially where family is concerned. So if you want to utilize this energy, it's the dark of the moon, but it's still talking about those hidden things. We are trying to finalize issues so that new growth can start. We're pruning away the old dead growth so that, come spring, new things can grow. So, okay, I won't get too much into the new moon because that's next week, but I hope that you can see the flavor of this week. So much of it is about, where are you unsatisfied? What are the things that have been hidden away for so long? Am I being nurtured, or am I just following an old pattern that is someone else's belief? So I hope that this helps you go into the week, and I'll stop my share now. And yeah, I'm enjoying this format. So I will see you guys either in accountability on Friday or next week when we do our live again. So take it easy, everyone. And as always, if you would like to respond, you can put it in the comments or in a messenger chat to me, or just come visit me at Lifetime to Level Up on Facebook. So bye.